A seismic discovery beneath Kenya's soil has the world on edge. Beneath 6 counties, including Embu, Samburu, and Turkana, lies a hidden treasure: coltan, the mineral powering the phones in your pocket, the laptops on your desk, and the entire digital age. But this isn't just a story about wealth. It's a story that has repeated itself across Africa for decades. A story of promise, plunder, and peril. Could Kenya turn this black gold into a new era of prosperity? Or will it fall victim to the same resource curse that has haunted nations from the Congo to Angola? Today we unpack the full story, the staggering economic potential, the global scramble already underway, and the hidden dangers that threaten to consume Kenya's future before it even begins. Before we continue, like this video, subscribe, and share it to help grow this community. Because what you are about to hear is not just news, it's history unfolding before our eyes.
Has adequate deposits of coltan. And for those of us who are not technical, coltan is a mineral which is responsible for your communication gadgets, the cameras you are using, the phones you are using, the laptops, and any other communication material. Coltan is a key mineral that facilitates those particular gadgets.
What is coltan and why it matters? For those unfamiliar, coltan is short for columbite tantalite, a dull black metallic ore that hides within it a modern miracle: tantalum. This metal is vital for the tiny capacitors that power smartphones, laptops, cameras, gaming consoles, and even electric cars. Without tantalum, the devices that define modern life would simply not function. It's heat-resistant, corrosion-resistant, and stores and releases electrical charges with incredible efficiency. In short, coltan is the beating heart of the digital age. As the world pivots toward green energy, the demand for coltan is only set to skyrocket. Electric vehicles, advanced electronics, and power management systems are all hungry for this critical mineral. For Kenya, this discovery could be a game-changer, on paper at least. Currently, mining contributes less than 1% of Kenya's GDP. With coltan, projections suggest that could jump to 10%, catapulting the country onto the global economic stage almost overnight. But here lies the first question. Will this wealth benefit Kenyans, or will it slip through their fingers as it has elsewhere? Kenya's government has already painted a picture of a bright, prosperous future. Cabinet Secretary Salam Vura promised investors, jobs, and a revitalized mining sector for all Kenyans. For a nation grappling with economic challenges, the rhetoric sounded like a lottery win, a promise of a new dawn. But many Kenyans remain cautiously skeptical. They've heard these grand promises before, and often history has shown that such optimism is a prelude to exploitation. Think of Turkana's oil discovery. Initial excitement, headline-grabbing announcements, and promises of local prosperity. What followed? Logistical nightmares, contractual disputes, and wealth that never trickled down to the communities who needed it most. When an MP from Embu County, Nibet Muriuki, urged residents not to sell their land, it was more than advice. It was a warning. A storm of speculators and powerful interests is gathering, ready to see Kenya's mineral wealth as a commodity, not a legacy. This brings us to the resource curse, a paradox that has plagued Africa for over a century. Countries blessed with vast natural wealth often face slower economic growth, deeper corruption, and more conflict than those with fewer resources. The curse works in several ways. 1. Economic distortion. A sudden flood of mineral wealth can crush other sectors like agriculture. 2. Corruption. The fight to control mineral wealth becomes zero-sum. 3. Geopolitical vulnerability. Powerful nations and multinational corporations exploit legal and financial systems to extract wealth. Kenyans are right to be skeptical. The blueprint of plunder is already familiar, and the stakes are enormous. Lessons from the Democratic Republic of Congo. To understand the danger, look no further than Kenya's neighbor, the Democratic Republic of Congo. The DRC produces roughly 40% of the world's coltan, yet this wealth has not brought prosperity. It has fueled wars, rebellions, and the deaths of millions. Here's how the system works. Rival militias fight for control of mines. Foreign traders and corporations move coltan from conflict zones to global markets, often laundering its origins. Artisanal miners, sometimes including children, risk life and limb daily, earning mere dollars for backbreaking labor. Profits bypass communities, going instead to corrupt officials, warlords, and international corporations. Meanwhile, rivers are polluted, landscapes destroyed, and local communities left impoverished. This is the DCG blueprint, a chilling lesson Kenya must heed. Environmental and social costs. Beyond human suffering, coltan extraction wreaks havoc on the environment. Artisanal mining, which accounts for much of the global supply, is chaotic and unregulated. Forests are bulldozed, fertile soil scraped away, and ecosystems left barren. In Kenya, if proper safeguards are not in place, entire counties could face irreversible ecological damage, turning potential wealth into environmental disaster. The mineral rush is not just about money, it's a test of governance, foresight, and national resilience. The global scramble. From the moment Kenya announced the discovery in early 2024, foreign eyes lit up. Investors, mining corporations, and governments began positioning themselves to secure a share of the prize. History suggests a familiar playbook. Offer investment deals that seem generous on paper. Negotiate contracts with hidden clauses favoring outsiders. Extract wealth while leaving communities and the nation vulnerable. The question now is whether Kenya can write a new chapter, one where its citizens see the rewards rather than the costs. Can Kenya break the curse? Breaking the coltan curse is possible, but it requires transparent governance. Contracts must prioritize Kenya's long-term benefit. Community involvement. Locals must see tangible improvements in schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. Environmental safeguards. The land must survive for future generations. Strategic economic planning. Mineral wealth must complement, not crush, other sectors like agriculture. The coltan beneath Kenya is a test of national will. Will this black gold empower a nation, or will it leave Kenya repeating the painful cycles witnessed across Africa? The world is watching Kenya. Coltan has the power to redefine the nation's economy, elevate its global position, and fund the technology that drives modern life. But it also carries the shadow of exploitation, the legacy of conflict, and the potential for environmental disaster. The story is still being written. If Kenya's leaders, communities, and citizens act decisively, it could become a beacon of African resource management. If not, it may join the long list of nations whose wealth enriched others while leaving its own people behind. This is the coltan story, a story of promise, peril, and the path Kenya chooses next. Kenyans stand at a crossroads. This discovery could either lift millions out of poverty or sink the nation deeper into exploitation. Share this story, spark the conversation, and let the world know that Africa's resources must work for Africa's people. If you believe Kenya deserves a future of prosperity, not plunder, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us in telling the stories they don't want you to hear.